everyone, welcome to another conversation session here at House of Maharrani. Today we are going to talk about connection with your body and specifically focus on your period cycle and why it is important to embrace your period cycle when you are on this journey of self-discovery, self-realization. When I started walking on this path of making conscious decisions and choices for myself, one of the biggest things that I came to realize about myself was how disconnected I was with my own body. And it had a lot to do with my acceptance of my period cycle. My relationship with period has always been a love and hate relationship because I grew up in a culture where it is a taboo. The topic itself is not discussed whatsoever. Even among women, we don't talk about period. Just like me, a lot of women around the world have grown up with a lot of questions associated with period, but because of the lack of conversation, there isn't enough information out there, and lack of information leads to lack of solutions. There are a lot of things that still needs to change when it comes to period products, and that will only happen when we take away the stigma behind period and start talking about it. For a long time, I considered it to be a problem because the entire process comes with a lot of discomfort for sure. However, the lack of attention that I gave to myself and this process that happens to me every month is what I came to figure out was leading to the discomfort, was leading to me being annoyed with it, was leading to me not wanting to have it at all. Think about it, this natural process that happens to you, which is given by the nature to you, and here you are consistently rejecting it. In a way, if you think about it, you are rejecting yourself. You are rejecting your own biological process that happens inside you. And this disconnects you with yourself. This leads to a lot of issues because you have not understood yourself. If you have not understood this very process that happens every single month, how are you supposed to get closer to yourself? How are you supposed to know and understand yourself? What do you want? What do you need? Therefore, embracing your period cycle plays such a huge role when it comes to connecting with your body and knowing what your body needs, and then being able to take the actions, do the activities to take care of yourself. Once I shifted my perspective towards my period cycle, I started looking up and searching for more information when it came to what period cycle really entails. That led me to learn about the 4 phases that we women go through each month. Once you understand these 4 phases, it will help you to think about taking care of yourself in a completely different way. I'm going to share the links in the description below on the research that I did in order to understand about menstrual cycle. There is a video by an OBGYN talking about the 4 phases. So there are 4 phases in our menstrual cycle. The first phase is your menstrual phase, where you are bleeding. So your menstrual phase starts from day 1 of when you start bleeding. The average days for menstrual phase is anywhere from 3 to 7 days, and during this time you want to ensure that you are taking a lot of rest and not engaging in heavy exercises. During this time, your body is discharging the egg that was not fertilized. You're losing a lot of blood, you're losing a lot of nutrients. So this is a time when you want to give yourself ample amount of rest and eat nutritious food. The second phase is your follicular phase. So follicular phase overlaps with your menstrual phase because this is the time when your body is preparing for another egg so that it can get fertilized. This is the time when you'll also stop bleeding, so you can pick up on your exercises and activities and add a little intensity to your workouts and exercises. Again, continue to eat nutritious food because our body needs it regardless of you are in your period or not. This is a time when you would want to begin a project or start something new or take up a challenge because your energy levels are going to go up during this phase. The third phase is your ovulation phase. This is when your ovary drops your egg and is ready to get fertilized. This is when your chances of pregnancy are super high and your energy is super high as well. So depending on where you are in your phase of your life, if you are trying to get pregnant, then this is the time when you would want to do it. But if you are not, then definitely increase your intensity of your workouts, your exercise, and again, continue to eat nutritious food even during this phase. Your fourth phase is your luteal phase. This is the phase when your body has realized that your egg is not going to get fertilized. Hence, now it's preparing the body to let go of the egg that has not been fertilized. This is the phase when your body is going to get ready for your menstrual phase again. So the entire month, we are going through 4 phases. So take the time to understand each of your phases and how your energy levels are during each of the phases. Based on that, based on this understanding about your own body, you can plan your activities, you can plan your food, your diet, you can plan anything that you are trying to do when it comes to starting something new based on the understanding that you have about yourself. This is information that is available if you do a Google search. So do your search, do your research. As you are doing your own research about the different menstrual phases, also make sure to speak with your OBGYN so that you can get accurate information about your own body from a medical advisor. Embracing your period cycle is obviously good for you, but it also brings a lot of positive changes in your environment, in your relationships. We have this tendency to expect our partners to just understand, but if you understand yourself better, you'll be able to convey and communicate what you're going through in a better way. Once you become in sync with your period cycle, your partner will also be in sync with your cycle because, well, one, of course, you'll be able to communicate what's happening. Two, the other person is going to understand what's happening. So take the time to connect with yourself and embrace your period cycle because it is part of you. It is you. Here are a few things that you can do in order to embrace your period cycle. So for the next 3 months, journal and log. Log your activities that you do, log the food that you eat, and also log feelings and emotions that you go through during each of the phases. This will help you look back and analyze how your activities and the food that you eat impact your emotions and your feelings. This will give you an idea about what needs to be changed. Second, keep track of your period cycle. Put it in your calendar. I know there are a lot of apps out there for period calendar. What I do is I log my period cycle on my calendar on my phone. That way I can look back in the past month and see when I got my period and anticipate when I'm going to get my period so that I can prepare myself and my body accordingly. Here is another thing that I did, which you don't have to, but this is something that I found has tremendously helped me connect with myself and connect with nature, is syncing my period cycle with the moon phases. It's going to take time, but once you start consciously thinking about your period cycle and really paying attention to each of these phases, you will realize that your period cycles are going to move closer and closer to the moon phases. One of the things that I have come to find out about historical times is that before, there used to be a time when women's period cycle was directly synced with the moon cycle. I'm trying to do my own research on it by keeping track of the moon cycle as well as my period cycle. And one of the things that I have seen change in the past few years is that my period cycle is coming closer to the full moon cycle. So we'll wait and see if it comes comes to a point where I sync directly with the full moon or not, but definitely something that you can also look into, research about it, and see how historically, women were so connected with nature that our cycle was syncing with the nature's cycle as well. And this I found super interesting because, again, as you start connecting with your body, you realize your connection with nature and nature's cycle, and you realize how innately connected we are, and we are creators, creation. So therefore, take the time to embrace your period cycle. That is going to help you immensely in this process of discovering yourself and coming closer to yourself. That is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation session. Please let me know if you did. Also, let me know what your experience has been with your period cycle. Till next time, don't forget, be kind to yourself, love yourself, be compassionate to yourself, embrace every aspect of yourself, be the Maharrani of your life, and rule your life with love and kindness. Until next time, bye. Take care.